That's not. No.
Silver Surfer.
He poses. He poses.
That's
like,
what I'm doing.
He poses like this. Like he.
No,
does,
it was one arm down. Like
No, it was like this.
No,
he
it
did
was.
that. Yes, it was. He was on the and he was.
I
Yeah,
thought
like that.
he did this.
No, like that.
Silver Surfer.
Oh God.
That's the opening.
You messed it up.
Nailed it.
Okay, got it.
Silver Surfer.
So, welcome back to another Power Trip Gaming Retrospective.
Power Trip Gaming Retrospective.
Obviously, we are covering Silver Surfer.
Silver fucking Surfer, man.
Silver Surfer.
This is a notorious title.
This is notorious for the wrong reasons.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of same vein as TMNT1.
I think it's more so on the realm of Battletoads level difficulty is what it's known for, though.
I think so.
I think so.
I would say so.
Yeah.
But I mean, fuck it. It's Silver Surfer. Most people know it because it's hard as hell. You run into everything. You're a big ass target the whole time. Your shots are garbage. The game is hard as hell.
Yeah, the game is it's a shoot 'em up basically. It's just a flat out shoot 'em up that it scrolls side by side, but also goes vertical as well too. It was developed by Software Creations, and it was licensed by Arcadia Systems.
What else did those two do?
Arcadia Systems, I believe they actually did the Spot game.
Oh, so they went on to good things.
Yes, they did. They went on to become one of the most prolific Nintendo licenses or licensees on the system.
With Spot.
With Spot.
Cool.
Yeah, it's good.
What about the other one?
Software Creations. I don't know.
That was it.
I don't know my developers as good as I know the licensees.
Yeah, I guess. But I mean, yeah. Like I said, most people know this game as hard as hell. I see a lot of top 10 lists. This is usually on there. Mm-hmm. More often than not, I would say it's on there because I mean it's a rough game.
It very well it can be. It can be an extremely rough game. This game, the difficulty is tough because everything that you encounter can kill you.
For an all-powerful being, you sure are a bitch.
Yep. Touching anything with with your board, like any one of the I don't know, anything.
Rubber ducks.
Yeah.
You're down like a bitch. I mean, it's a rough title. But not impossible.
It's not impossible.
So this one's gonna be a weirdly skewed rating, I think. I think some people might be surprised when we end up having to rate this.
I think so.
So, all right, man. Fuck, we'll jump into it. Difficulty.
Difficulty. I give this game a 7.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
This game is
it's hard. But it really comes down to memorization. If you can memorize the levels and memorize the enemy placement where the enemies are going to be coming up, it's honestly not as tough, in my opinion, as people give it its reputation to.
Yeah, it definitely gains that notoriety from just everything seems so sporadic and out of place when really if you step back and look at it,
there actually is a pattern to everything.
It's a pattern to everything.
Yeah.
So if you memorize the pattern stage to stage, the game's not hard.
Mm-hmm.
If you have, I mean, granted, if your firepower is low, obviously things are going to get more difficult, as they usually do.
Yep.
But I mean, if you can keep your firepower and just know where things are coming from at what point, the game's really not that hard.
Yeah.
I mean, and you have the freedom to choose any level that you want. I mean, you don't have to start at Reptile. You can start at Firelord. You can go to Brett the Hitman fucking Hart. I don't remember what his name was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Is it Possessor?
Yes, the Possessor. Yeah.
So I mean, really, you could study each stage if you wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I mean, the execution is where this picks up the slack in difficulty. I feel 7's appropriate. You are a huge, cumbersome target in this game. Holy shit!
And that's actually one of my big things with the difficulty too, is that there's a lot of stuff coming at you, but it's not like in like a shoot 'em up game like say 1942 or Sky Shark. You're not just some little tiny dinky plane. Mm-hmm. You are your sprite is huge.
Deceptively huge.
And it's not only just that you have to worry about you have to worry about the board that's attached to you as well.
And there is no give in that hitbox.
And one of the most difficult aspects too is that a lot of the stage hazards, and the way that the stages are designed, excuse me, is that you don't know what you can touch and what you can't touch. There comes points where you don't know if you can touch something, or in one case it seems like, okay, yeah, you pass right over it, yeah, so obviously you can move through it, and then there's some cases where nope, that's actually part of the stage, you're not supposed to touch that, and by touching it you're dead. There really didn't seem to be a strong consistency when it came to that.
It seemed like you had to feel out your terrain from your shots. It's a game where you never stop shooting. Yeah. Even though there's no rapid fire, so you're gonna get a workout.
Yes, you are.
That game's gonna kill your forearm.
You're gonna feel it in your arms actually when you play this game, because you literally have to hit that button all the time, because it helps you to deal with the enemies that are coming on screen, but also it kind of helps you to judge where the stage is, so that you know not to touch certain hazards.
Yeah.
So.
And some of the enemy placement it seems so overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there are some parts where it seems random, sometimes it's not. Like the pumpkins that'll come up where it seemed random. I hate those fucking pumpkins.
I know
what they have to do with Fire Lord, I still don't know.
Because they're flaming pumpkins.
Why pumpkins?
I don't know.
Didn't you just do fucking like Super Mario fireballs? Jesus Christ. Like Fry Guy.
Yeah.
What the fuck? But, I mean, even that last stage, Magic's Domain, what a shit show.
Yeah.
Tiddlywinks out the ass, flying hats at you, weird, goofy, deformed ghost alien things, and then you fight the big purple prick.
Who looks absolutely nothing like Magic, who, fun fact, is actually modeled after Mr. Sinister from the X-Men.
Really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole game thematically didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But I don't know comics. You do. Maybe it did to you.
No, it still didn't. But so difficulty is 7. So what do you think about the fun?
This is going to be a weird one, but I didn't hate this game.
I didn't either.
I would have to say it's.
I'm gonna give it.
Ooh.
If it helps to solidify your choice, I think I'm gonna give this game a 6.
That's where I was teetering, between a 5 and a 6.
Yeah, I think it's above that halfway mark. I liked this game. It has a kick-ass soundtrack.
The music's really good.
Loved, even though there's really not too many different songs in the game, but honestly, the songs that they do have are wonderful.
Yeah,
they're really just high octane. They just kind of really kind of pump you up, and it's not like they're looped after 10 seconds or 15 seconds. These are long songs that are like a couple minutes long, actually.
Yeah.
So I mean, they really did a fantastic job with the music. Graphically speaking, the game actually is pretty. I mean, it's got colorful sprites. The environments are really detailed, if in some cases. In some cases, overly detailed.
Yeah, a little too detailed to where you don't know what the hell's what.
Exactly.
It's mostly a hindrance in the vertical. Like the vertical scrolling stages I found where you don't know what the hell you can touch, what you can't.
Yeah.
Because the backgrounds never stayed consistent.
Yeah.
Like, suddenly the ground is white, then all of a sudden it's brown, but then white things are killing you. You're like, what? Why did this happen?
Yeah.
So I feel like that's where the over-detailing kind of plays a hindrance to that.
Yeah.
But actually, I'll agree.
But as far
as it's a good game.
Yeah. But as far as the shooting element and the shoot 'em up aspect, I mean, you get plenty of chances to boost up your firepower so that you're doing more damage. You have chances to get these little outriggers that actually go on the sides of your board. Well, in the vertical scrolling ones, in the horizontal, they'll just go underneath your board.
Gives you an extra bullet.
It does give you an extra bullet, but it. You can actually even use the select button to actually like place it. There's preset areas where
I thought it was B.
Or whatever button it was.
Select,
I can't remember.
Select used your bomb.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you could push B to...
Fucking guy.
But either way, you can take those outriggers and you can actually position them in different locations. So it actually helps you to deal with enemies and where they're coming from to just kind of deal with it better. So
absolutely,
so
it was a good touch.
Yeah, it was a really nice touch. I really like that aspect of it. So so like I said, yeah, the game is difficult, and the fact that it doesn't have an auto fire button or rapid fire, I don't like that.
Get a turbo controller.
Yeah, get a turbo controller for this one. But honestly, the game is not. It's not impossible.
No. And
yes, it does have aspects of being unforgiving with certain enemies, but as we were even playing the game, you could tell that at no point, I mean, there may have been 1 or 2 points where we didn't realize that we were going to die, but for the most part, we knew before we died, we were like, yep, I'm dead. It's nothing really came out of left field for us.
Except for a couple pumpkins.
Yeah, exactly.
And just, I mean, yeah, you're right.
The shock of not knowing what was around that next corner, basically, is what got you. But once you actually, it was really just trial and error.
Yeah, once you experienced it, you kind of knew to stay out of that path. So, I mean, you're right. It's memorization to the nth degree.
Absolutely.
Just, I mean, everything comes out of the same spot. End of story.
Yeah.
The bosses really weren't that terrible, from what I remember. The purple guy was a pain in the ass. Possessor was weird. I don't really remember a whole lot of the other ones, to be honest.
I know there was the guy who looked like a mix between the Emperor, I think it was.
Oh, Green Abraham Lincoln.
No, he looked like a mix between the Incredible Hulk and
Jolly Green Giant.
And a Skrull.
And a Skrull.
Because he's got the he's got the little chin.
I thought he had a beard.
No, he didn't have a beard.
Oh, he looked like a bearded Jolly Green Giant.
Whatever.
Like broccoli sprouts going off.
Yeah, there's him. There's Possessor. There's Fire Lord. There was Mephisto and Reptile.
So yeah, I mean,
but yeah, the enemies.
Yeah. 6 for fun feels fair.
Yeah, the enemies that they had in the game too. I mean, I'm not. I know comic books for the most part, but I don't know Silver Surfer as much as I probably should, but at the same time, I don't think that he really had a lot of many, like, big enemies outside of Mephisto. I know that Mephisto, Possessor may have been another one of those too from, like, the Infinity Gauntlet storyline. But this game, it came out in 1989, so this was even before all of the Infinity Gauntlet stuff that was actually going on.
Yeah, I was about to say, how big of a hero was Silver Surfer? I thought he was a bad guy.
He wasn't a bad guy. He was never. No? He started off as the Herald of Galactus.
Right.
And he would go to these planets to see if the planet was I guess, a worthy meal for Galactus. Yeah. And so once he found out that he was kind of leading him into these worlds that people would be dying on, he basically turned against Galactus and said, "I'm not doing this anymore." So then he kind of became a hero. But he was actually introduced in the pages of Fantastic Four, and then in the early '70s, then he went on to his own solo series, and in one form or another, he's had a solo series for about 40 years now.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know I always hear about other things. I didn't think Silver Surfer was that prevalent of a superhero. I really don't hear a whole lot about, even today. Like,
no, I mean, he's really not
Silver Surfer.
He's really kind of off in his own corner.
Obscurity.
Yeah.
For now, anyway.
Yep.
Who knows?
Yep.
But all right, man. Shit.
So honestly, this game, it's it may take some hate, but I don't think it's all warranted.
I don't think so either.
So.
To be honest, it's not really as bad as Friday the 13th was.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, there are games worse than this, and this one
Oh,
plays pretty well.
Yeah.
I mean, it really does come down to just memorizing it and knowing not to freak out.
Yeah.
And just kind of doing what you do. You know what I mean? Taking time to study it and giving it some love.
Yep. And honestly, me and Andy, when we played it, we both played it together. We both beat it together.
Yeah. I had a good time.
Yeah, we loved playing the game.
Yeah, it was good.
So.
I remember we picked it up maybe a year later and almost beat it.
Yeah.
It didn't end well.
No,
we almost beat it.
Yeah.
All right, man. So what did you pay for Silver Surfer?
So I paid $3.99 for this game.
That's a good price.
Yeah.
$3.99.
$3.99. So what is it worth today?
I don't know. I forgot.
So on price charting, this game currently goes for $17.50.
$17.50.
That
God damn.
That actually surprises me.
That surprises me too.
Yeah, I had no idea that this game was that pricey.
I don't think so either.
But is it worth it? Honestly, if you like a shoot 'em up,
I'm gonna say yes.
I would say the same thing. I would honestly say the same thing. I think it's worth it.
The length is there. The challenge is there.
Yeah.
I mean, the controls are a little getting used to, but not bad. They're solid.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a matter of knowing your bounds and what what Silver Surfer's capable of, and going from there. I mean, yeah, I would definitely say this game is worth it.
You'll get your money's worth.
Absolutely.
Like Andy said, the game is long enough. I mean, each stage has two stages, and then there's like a third part where it's the boss fight, basically.
Yeah.
And so there's 6 total stages. There's 5 right off the bat, and then there's Magic's Domain, which is the 6th one. So you really get a long game out of it. You're gonna have a game that's got a great soundtrack. It's very difficult, and something that you're gonna have to put a lot of time into, just kind of memorizing where the enemies come from. But honestly, it's worth it because you really will get your money's worth out of it. And if you're a fan of the shoot 'em up genre, then this is one of those games that you at least need to try.
I would say so.
Pick it up if you see it.
Definitely. Give it a spin. I mean, you'll hate yourself.
It's hard, but you know what? Anybody could beat this game.
Absolutely.
As long as you put in the time to it, memorization, you can do it. It's not an impossible game.
Hate not warranted on this game.
Absolutely.
It definitely does not deserve the panning that it's gotten.
It gets a lot of panning. Yes, it is difficult, but it's not one of those that I would probably even rank in the top most difficult games of the Nintendo era.
No.
It just
Contra is, apparently.
That surprises me.
I still never understand
people not being able to deal with the fact that one hit kills you.
Look at Silver Surfer.
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
So.
Mighty Bomb Jack was one hit kill. I mean, most. I don't know.
Let's not talk about Mighty Bomb Jack.
Still too fresh of a wound.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go, man.
All right.
Fuck. What?
So difficulty 7.
Fun was
6.
a 6. Yes, it's worth it.
It is. Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Fuck yes.
So, thank you for watching us.
Hit us up on Facebook.
Hit us up on Twitter.
Go to powertripgaming.tv. Takes you right to this channel. Click the link in the description below. It takes you to the playlist of Silver Surfer. Watch Paul. Well, you didn't really dominate it. You had some struggling points. More so me.
I had a few struggling points, but I for the most part, I knew what I was doing.
You did a good job.
You struggled.
Yeah, I said some things I shouldn't have.
Especially with the pumpkins.
I had a hard time. I got pretty heated near the end, but I prevailed. Which goes to show you. I mean, even if you play this game with someone who knows it, you'll be able to overcome it. Because they'll be able to direct you and help you out with figuring it out.
Yep.
But it's definitely worth a play. I definitely think it's worth the triumph.
Definitely.
So there you go, man.
All right, so next time on Power Trip Gaming Retrospective,
we will review something better.
Yes, we will. Maybe.
I can't do it, man. I'm too fucking chubby. I don't look good doing it.
So don't do it.
Do it. Do it.
No.
Yes.
No.
And the thing, Silver Surfer. Ooh, yeah.
I got a cramp. No.